At sa mga oras na ito, dako muna tayo sa Palasyo ng Malacañang para sa mga mahalagang balita doon. Aming kasamang si Elena live.
Maraming salamat, Kirby. Ngayon ang ika-4 na taon sa pwesto ni Pangulong Aquino bilang presidente ng bansa. Sa statement kanina ni Presidential Spokesperson Edwin Lacerda, sinabi niya na patuloy na isusulong ng pamahalaan ang paglaban sa kahirapan. Sa statement din kanina ng kalihim, ibinahagi niya na bukas ay dadalo ang Pangulo sa anibersaryo ng Philippine Air Force sa Pampanga.
Today marks President Aquino's 4th year in office. Throughout these past years, we have remained focused on the commitments we outlined in our social contract with Filipinos. As we mark this anniversary, we invite you to view the inaugural address of the Presidents of the Philippines, which will be available on the official Gazette and on the Presidential Museum and Library website. Tomorrow, we celebrate the 67th anniversary of the Philippine Air Force. From its early days as a logistical air unit of the armed forces to its days as formidable air forces in the regions in the 60s and 70s until its further development to present day. The Air Force has continually striven to uphold an interest of the Filipino public. As such, the Commander-in-Chief will give thanks to the men and women of the Philippine Air Force and will speak about additional capability enhancements that the administration is undertaking to enable our uniformed service to effectively meet the challenges of their responsibilities. Part of the modernization efforts of the Air Force is the acquisition of 12 FA-50 leading fighter trainer jets from South Korea. As a matter of fact, the DBM has just released a SARO for the implementation of this 18.9 billion project. With this, we can only expect the Philippine Air Force to further improve its capacity to carry out its mandate as a first force not only in times of calamity but also in times of stability. This modernization effort, along with the many programs in the Aquino administration that focus on building confidence in our economy, expanding the scope of our social services, form part of a holistic strategy to make the change brought about by good governance irreversible, lasting, and truly inclusive. In the remaining 2 years of the administration, the President and his team will continue the active pursuit of a Philippines where no one is left behind, capitalizing on the many significant gains we have collectively achieved. As such, we are all reminded that the task of nation building is not left to government alone, and that each of us must put our country above ourselves as we work toward realizing our shared aspiration, a truly just and equitable society. Thank you.
Sa briefing din kanina, Kirby, ay itinanggi muli ng palasyo na naglalabi ang gobyerno ng Pilipinas para gawaran si Pangulong Aquino ng Nobel Peace Prize. Itinanggi ni Secretary Lacerda na naglalabi si Presidential Advisor on the Peace Process, Teresita Deles, para ipagkaloob ito sa Pangulo dahil sa naging papel niya sa Comprehensive Agreement on the Bangsamoro.
Number one, let's settle it. Government is not lobbying, has not done anything to lobby for the nomination of President Aquino as Nobel Peace Prize. Question number two, would there be any groups that would do so? It is probable that some others who have felt that there has been no significant peace accord reached since Aceh and that the comprehensive agreement on the Bangsamoro was a step forward in promoting peace, and therefore it's quite probable that they would have nominated the president.
Sir,
but it is not with our by our insistence or through our prodding that he has been that there are plans to nominate him. But again, we are not in the know on who are lobbying or promoting or nominating President Aquino for the Nobel Peace Prize.
Sir, do you think he...
Kasabay nito, Kirby, ay tiniyak ng palasyo na ang pamamahagi ng lupa sa ilalim ng Comprehensive Agrarian Reform Program o CARP. Ito ay kahit pa ngayong araw ang huling effectivity ng CARP.
CARPer po, nasabi na po ni Secretary Gil de los Reyes, patuloy po ang land distribution. The end of CARPer does not mean the end of land distribution. We are in the process of distributing lands based on those properties, based on those land holdings have been issued notices of coverage. So hindi po patuloy po yan. We want to assure our farmers that land distribution continues.
Sa ibang balita, sinabi ng palasyo, nagbabala ang palasyo na sa mga gumagamit ng hazing sa ginagawang initiation rites. Ayon kay Secretary Lizardo, mahigpit na ipatutupad ang batas, lalo pat isang estudyante ang napaulat na namatay dahil sa hazing.
We don't have updates on the other cases, but certainly this recent case of hazing is unacceptable to government. And so we are going to pursue all those people who are instrumental in the heinous murder of this particular individual. This should not continue. We certainly would warn fraternities that there is an anti-hazing act, and that if any death occurs, you will be held liable. Think about your future. You are at the cusp of your maturity or adulthood, and if you do that, you're just wasting away your productive years in prison. So let this be a warning to all those fraternities and their leaders.
Sir? Samantala, Kirby, sa schedule ni Pangulong Aquino ngayong araw, wala siyang public engagement. Nagiging abala siya sa 3 meeting. Tapos na ang alas 10 na meeting ng Pangulo kasama ang Presidential Management Staff at si Cabinet Secretary Jose Rene Almendras. Ongoing naman ngayon ang meeting ng Pangulo kasama si Philippine Air Force Commanding General Jeffrey Delgado at si Defense Secretary Voltaire Gasmin. Mamaya namang alas 3 ng hapon ang meeting ng Pangulo kasama si Executive Secretary Paquito Ochoa Jr. at ang Chief Presidential Legal Counsel. At yan ang ating balita mula dito sa Malacañang. Sa tulong ng RTVM, ako si Elena Luna para sa Telebisyon ng Bayan.
Maraming salamat sa iyo, Elena.